how Tafawa Balewa's body was discovered after the January 1966 coup. Nigeria's first military coup called January 15, 1966, when seven prominent politicians were killed and others went missing. Sir Tafawa Balewa, Nigeria's first and only Prime Minister, was among those reported missing. During the coup, he was kidnapped and taken to an unknown location. There was a nationwide search for the Prime Minister. But it was not until January 21, 1966, 6 days after the coup, that the decomposing body of Tafawa Balewa was discovered in the village along Lagos Abeokuta Road. This is an account by a retired policeman, Alhaji Ibrahim Babakanwa, how he found the late Prime Minister's body. The events of January 15th to 20th, 1966 were the saddest period of my career as a police officer, according to him. I was an assistant superintendent of police at the time, stationed in Mubi in the former Southern province, before being discharged from the police mobile force. The political crisis in the Western region erupted while I was in Southern province in December 1965. There was chaos as well as Operation Okotie, in which different political factions sprayed each other with gasoline and set their victims on fire. The federal government intervened and created an anti-riot unit from the Police Refresher Course School in Kaduna, and I was dispatched from Mubi to Kaduna to take command of the unit and being given the mission of quelling the unrest in the Western region. Later, I was asked to move the unit to Okotie, a border town between the northern and western regions. As part of the daily routine, we patrolled the Ikorodu, Shagamu, Ibadan, and I returned through Abeokuta, Songota, Agege, and Ikeja. At a later stage, we experienced another outbreak of violence in Abeokuta, and we were ordered to change base from Somolu to Songota to deal with the situation there. I remained at Songota up to January 15, 1966, the day the first military coup took place in Nigeria. On the night of the coup, I was at a police checkpoint in Songota when a convoy of Army Land Rover trucks and two Peugeot Saloon cars were moving from Lagos to Abeokuta, and we had no cause to suspect anything sinister because they were military vehicles, presumably on complimentary patrol to restore order. Little did I know that those military vehicles were indeed conveying the Nigerian leaders to their death. We were perhaps the last group of people that saw them alive. We later discovered that the vehicle stopped about 3 kilometers away from our checkpoint and diverted into a nearby forest where they shot and killed the Prime Minister, Okotie Eboh, and there was that Friday night, January 15th, 1966. At about an hour later, this same military vehicle came back and headed towards Lagos. The following morning, we learned there was a military coup. While the chaotic situation remained, the Prime Minister, Alhaji Tafawa Balewa, was reportedly removed from his residence and taken to an unknown location. I got a clue on the 4th day of his death. I had gone to the clinic at Songota to get medication at the only clinic then in the town that equally served as a general hospital when I picked loose conversation about some patients at the clinic. Now, they said in Yoruba that there was an unpleasant smell around their neighborhood and they didn't know what was causing it. And I later found out that those women came from a village along Abeokuta Highway. The nature of the operation dramatically changed as I divided my anti-riot unit into two. I deployed a unit to comb the area, and that was how we came across the spot in the forest where we beheld a horrible spectacle. We saw the decomposing corpses of Prime Minister Alhaji Tafawa Balewa, Chief Okotie Eboh, Colonel Kol Mohammed, Colonel Abobo Lagema, and two others. I was shocked. I immediately reported my findings to the Inspector General of Police, immediately through the nearest police station at Ikeja. I told the IG that I had sighted and identified the dead bodies of Prime Minister and others, and I was awaiting further instructions. By the time I got to Lagos, General Ibrahim had already taken over power as the first military head of state and located himself to the Moloney Force headquarters. Before I was let in, I was disarmed by the military personnel who were there waiting for me. They also went ahead to remove my belt, my boots, and my cap before I was marched barefooted before the Inspector General of Police, who was sitting with the new head of state. General Rossi said, "How did you know him?" And I said, "Well, I had worked with the Southern of Sokoto as a security officer, and Southern and Balewa were very close, and I knew the Prime Minister very well." At about midnight, the ADC to the late Prime Minister, Mr. Kaftan, and then Madaki of Bauchi, who was the in-law to the Alhaji Tafawa Balewa, came with an ambulance and truck full of coffins, secured my release, and asked me to take them to the spot. At the spot, we saw the mangled body of the Prime Minister, crumbled under a tree. His cap was by his side. As a result of the advanced decomposition, numerous worms were coming out of his body. We attended to the Prime Minister's body first, before the others. We conveyed his remains to the VIP section of the Ikeja airport, where there were two waiting aircrafts. Thanks for watching. Please share this video.